What's up, guys? We all love a good dose of weird and mysterious trivia, especially when it dives into the uncharted waters of the human mind. The brain, after all, holds a myriad of secrets, many of which remain largely unknown to us. To kick things off, did you know that within just 7 seconds of meeting someone, you've already made 1,000 micro-judgments about them? Your brain processes visuals and cues at lightning speed, determining things like trustworthiness, attractiveness, and even potential intelligence, often without you even being consciously aware. Dive in as we unravel more of these spine-chilling psychological facts that most don't know about. Number 1. Sleep specialists have identified that humans experience multiple sleep cycles in a night, and it's typical for someone to wake up briefly during these cycles. Example: when conducting sleep studies, researchers often use pornographically, which tracks your brain waves, oxygen level in your blood, heart rate, and breathing, as well as eye and leg movements during the study. These studies have shown that individuals go through several sleep cycles in a night, with each cycle lasting roughly 90 minutes. Transitions between these cycles can sometimes cause a brief awakening, which may be why some people find themselves awake around 2 to 3 a.m. or other times in the night. However, the text you provided contains a mixture of anecdotal experiences, cultural myths, and unproven paranormal beliefs. The claims about the witching hour, ghosts watching you while you sleep, or seeing unfamiliar faces being ghosts are all part of folklore and are not scientifically substantiated. It's crucial to understand the distinction between what is scientifically proven and what is not, to avoid misconceptions. Number 2. Pareidolia is a cognitive phenomenon where the brain perceives familiar patterns, often faces, in unrelated or random stimuli like clouds, toast, or even inanimate objects. Example: if you've ever looked at the front of a car and thought it looked like it had a face, with the headlights as eyes and the grille as a mouth, that's pareidolia in action. Similarly, if you've seen images of the face on Mars, a rock formation on Mars that in certain lighting looks eerily like a human face, you've encountered another example of pareidolia. It's a byproduct of our brain's hardwiring to recognize faces, a trait that evolved because being able to quickly identify faces and read their expressions was crucial for social interactions and survival. Number 3. Extreme emotional or psychological stress, such as intense fear, can lead to a surge in adrenaline, also known as epinephrine, and other stress hormones. This surge can cause arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, and has been linked to specific heart conditions, such as Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, commonly referred to as broken heart syndrome. Example: a case might involve someone who experiences a sudden shock or scare, such as receiving news of an unexpected death of a loved one, and subsequently develops chest pain or other heart-related symptoms. Upon examination, the person might show signs of heart distress, but often without the typical blockages in the coronary arteries that are common in heart attacks. This kind of heart dysfunction can be transient but is real and can be potentially life-threatening in some cases. That said, while fear and stress can indeed have negative impacts on heart health, it's crucial to avoid oversimplifying or exaggerating the relationship. It's not that fear can kill you outright, but rather intense or chronic psychological stress can contribute to heart-related conditions that might pose health risks. As always, it's essential to approach health topics with a nuanced understanding and rely on comprehensive medical research. Number 4. The Troxler effect, discovered in 1804 by Ignaz Troxler, is a perceptual phenomenon where unchanging stimuli fade away and disappear from our conscious awareness. When you fixate on a particular point, stimuli that remain static in your peripheral vision can fade and be replaced by the surrounding background. Example: if you focus on a red dot in the center of a blue circle for a prolonged period, the blue circle might start to fade and disappear, leaving just a red dot. In the context of staring at oneself in a dimly lit mirror, this effect, combined with other factors like pareidolia, recognizing faces and random patterns, can lead to the brain filling in or distorting the features it no longer clearly perceives. This might result in unsettling or distorted facial perceptions. The statistics you've given from the study illustrate the various perceptions people might have in this setting, though these results can vary based on the individual and the specifics of the experiment. However, it's essential to note that while the Troxler effect is a recognized perceptual phenomenon, the interpretation that your mind gets bored and starts scaring you is a simplification. The changes in perception are more about how the brain processes and adapts to unchanging sensory information, rather than the brain's emotional state of boredom or an intent to scare. Some studies have suggested that there might be correlations between smartphone brand preference, like iPhone versus Android, and various personality traits. The University of Lincoln's study in 2016 indicated that iPhone users might see their phones as a reflection of their social and economic status, and may have some distinct personality attributes compared to other phone users. Example: in the context of the aforementioned study, an iPhone user might be more likely to see their phone as a status symbol, and may also show traits of being more extroverted or self-conscious compared to, for instance, an Android user. However, they were also found to be more open to new experiences. However, it's essential to remember that these are correlations and not causations. Not every iPhone user will exhibit these traits, and individual variation will always be more significant than the broad generalizations. Furthermore, the reasons for choosing a particular brand or type of phone can be multifaceted, and may not solely be based on personality. Factors like marketing, peer influences, specific technical preferences, and more can also play a significant role. Thank you for watching video. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe channel. We will see you in next video.